Everyone, this is Vineet Pandey, and I'm re-recording the video which was already recorded at 3 a.m. Early morning, सुबह 3 a.m. पे मैंने record किया था, but unfortunately link corrupt हो गया. You have seen this thing in previous days also. Sometimes I go for a proper premiere, proper screening, but all of a sudden the link gets corrupted, and then I got busy in my work. Now this video is specially for 21st must-read Indian literary writers, literary books, and I didn't share the link with all of you because this is a live video. No doubt it's a live video, but when I read a lot of comments, so I get diverted, and I'm not able to give you the proper content. So today I have got the 25 list, the same list that I prepared that day, early morning 3 a.m. And now I'm going to tell you these books one by one, and I'll tell you what to do, how much you have to read, and what exactly you're supposed to do with these books. The very first thing, Raj Mohan's Wife, written published in 1864 by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, the first Indian English novel to be published. Raj Mohan's Wife by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee. Make sure you read the summary. Even if you don't read the summary, remember the title Raj Mohan's Wife is talking about a lady. So the name of the lady is Matanjini, Matangini. Read the basic summary. If it's not available, just remember the name of the lady. Second book, Kanthapura. Kanthapura is very, very important. I already have told you this thing that Kanthapura is something that represents Indian Gandhian whirlwind, then Indian movements against British Raj, and the scenario, the backdrop of that revolutionary time. So this is very, very important. The character of Murthy is very, very important. Then Untouchables, Mulkraj Anand. We know we have the characters Lakha, Bakha, Sohini. All these characters are very, very important here. It stands for untouchability, the problem, the biggest problem of India. Make sure you read it. Then the guide. R.K. Narayan's The Guide is very important. Devanand, Wahida Rahman, they acted in the movie known as The Guide. For this thing, he was given the Filmfare Award. So make sure you remember The Guide is very important. It's the story of a man who was not a criminal but becomes a criminal because it's his picaresque journey. So this is very important. Read The Guide and who is the character of who is Rosie, who is Marco, how Raju is connected to them. That's very, very important. Read it. Then Savitri the Epic, written by Aurobindo, 1946 publication. It's a great epic. You don't have to read it completely, but read some introductory basic lines. It's a philosophical epic, deals with the story of Savitri Satyavan, written in 1946 by the greatest symbolist writer in India, Aurobindo. Then, A Night of the Scorpion, one of my favorite also. Nassim Ezekiel, a Jew who was living in India, has portrayed Indianness in a very minute observation. Night of the Scorpion deals with the story where a lady is stung by a scorpion and how the villagers, how her husband, everybody tries the best to fight the pain and agony the lady is going through. Somebody is scientific, he uses the paraffin, the husband of the lady. Then some people they call necromancers, they go for tantric baba, puja part and all. So how we people have the faith, how we people follow our rituals, how we relate the concept of life after death, death after life, and rebirth concept, the reincarnation concept. Then an invitation by Kamala Das. Kamala Das has been a bold, I would say, the boldest writer in Indian English literature, the greatest, strongest, boldest writer. Kamala Das, in her famous work, whether it's Sunshine Kate, a cat, or an invitation, or something like that, or Looking Glass, she has talked about her relationship in an open way, finding the femininity, feminine identity in comparison of male. That's something very important. And when you read Kamala Das, remember it's very important that she is the one who started writing in 1960s and became a kind of representative of strong Indian feminism. Though she was criticized, also severely criticized. Then So Many Hungers by Bhavani Bhattacharya, story of Bengal famine and Quit India movement. एक अकाल पड़ा होता है. There is a lady known as Kazuli. Her family is suffering from hunger. She wants some food, but then she's raped by people. And there is another family, Basu family. They are also suffering from the hunger of uh, recognition, name and fame and identity. So there are so many hungers. The hunger of body, the hunger of flesh, the hunger of lust. Everything is there. It's a must read for all of you. Summary jarur padna. Then the poem Highway Stripper by A.K. Ramanujan. A.K. Ramanujan has written Highway Stripper, and it's actually a story of a writer. Though Ramanujan talks about himself as a writer, he says that I was driving the car and there was a car in front of me. and a lady started throwing her dresses, her inner wears on my car, and I became curious. I wanted to see the car. So initial 3 to 4 paragraphs are easy. He simply says that a lady was undressing herself. But the last paragraph, where he says that when he went through the car and he passed it and used the rear window, the rear mirror to see the car, he found that there was no women. It was just a man all alone. So here he becomes something meaningful, and literalness comes in this poetry. It's an important line. Yes, I must tell you this, that there is a professional video also for my main channel. It will be uploaded within a day or two. So you can watch the same list there also with proper details, and you can get the poetry lines also. So वहाँ पे देखना, आपको poetry की lines मिल जाएंगी, quotations मिल जाएंगी, आपको help होगा बहुत ज़्यादा. Then, and because I have to save your time, I'm giving you earlier. Otherwise, generally अपना content हम main video में देंगे, but just to save your time so that you can prepare. आपको पहले मिल रहा है. Then we have Nectar in a Sieve, written by Kamla Markandeya, also known as Kamla Purnia. Nectar in a Sieve is a story where every problem of India comes through one family. Nathan, Rukmani, Puli, these characters are there. Selvama characters are there. And poverty, unemployment, then population, then no idea of contraceptives, then no idea of sanitization, then dowry system, then getting married again because the first woman is not able to produce a male child. ये सारी problems इंडिया में एक साथ है in one book, Nectar in a Sieve. Title Nectar in a Sieve has been taken from the famous line by Coleridge, "Work without hope is a nectar in a sieve." Then we have Inheritance of Loss by Kiran Desai. Very, very important. I keep telling you that Inheritance of Loss is a Booker Award book 2006. Very important, written by Kiran Desai, deals with post-colonial identity crisis. Biju and Sai, there are two characters. Then God of Small Things by Arundhati Roy, obviously another Booker Award from India, 1997, set in in Kerala. It's a very important story. Velutha, Rahel, Istapam, these characters are there. Baby Kochamma is also an important character. Then we have White Tiger. Now at present we have the movie also. You can watch the movie also. White Tiger, story of Balram Halwai, a Booker Awardee book, 2008 Booker Award by Arvind Adiga. Obviously it's a must read. Read it. Shadow Lines by Amitav Ghosh. Amitav Ghosh is repeatedly listed in the Booker Award list, and I believe soon he is going to win this award. So he'll be winning this award very soon. So make sure you read it. Shadow Lines, Sea of Poppies, River Smoke, Calcutta Chromosome, all these books are very important. When I was preparing, I was prepared with Amitav Ghosh in like anything. I read everything. So सब पढ़ लो इसका जो पढ़ सकते हो. Then Poetics of Dislocation by Meena Alexander deals with the feminist identity and post-colonial point of views. So basic summary, it's not a novel, it's not a story, it's an Indian criticism. So basically थोड़ा सा introduction पढ़ो, that's enough. Bharti Mukherjee, Tiger's Daughter. You can also read Jasmine, 2 stories by Bharti Mukherjee. Must read hai, jarur padho, it's very important how a woman finds her identity. Then Natya Shastra from Indian Aesthetics. I have already talked about these things in my private videos. I have already taught these things. Natya Shastra, how 8 rasas are there, the concept of 8 different ras, 8 different moods. Then bhav, vibhav, anubhav, alamban, uddipan, all these things are there. Then Vakrokti Jivitam, Acharya Kuntak, Vakrokti Siddhant. Again, I already have explained in my special lectures of Indian Aesthetic in private classes. ये आपको मिल जाएगा. Then Silence the Court is in Session. Silence the Court is in Session is the 19th number book by Vijay Tendulkar. Shanta, Court Chalu Hai. So all the Marathi students will understand that I spoke in Marathi. Shanta, Court Chalu Hai means Silence the Court is in Session by Vijay Tendulkar is one of the finest example of Indian modern theatre. इसको जल्दी से पढ़ लो. When we talk about Indian modern theatre, we cannot ignore Mahesh Dattani, Final Solution. Very important, must read. Deals with communal riots और आपको जरूर पढ़ना है. You have to read it. Then Girish Karnad, Tughlaq. Tughlaq's policies compared to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru's 5-year policies. The modern version of Tughlaq, which is repeatedly comparing Nehru and Tughlaq together. So Girish Karnad's masterpiece Tughlaq is very important, full of symbolism. Symbols of chess, symbols of python, symbols of vultures, everything is important. Then Cult of Chaos. Now we have picked the book number 22 from Indian graphic novels written by Shweta Taneja. Make sure you read it. It's very, very important. Then Palace of Illusions from Indian writers who are postmodern writers. Palace of Illusions written by Chitra Banerjee Divakurni is a retelling of Mahabharata from Draupadi's point of view. So make sure you just know some basic things about these things. You don't have to read the complete story, but remember this is important. Then writing caste, writing gender. Sharmila Reis, the writer from Dalit Feminism. Just make sure you have some 5 to 10 lines idea, basic idea, structural idea. No need to read completely. Juten, the autobiographical book of Dalit literature movement. Dalit literature itself, उसकी खुद की autobiography है, Juten by Om Prakash Valmiki. It's must read. Make sure you read it. And when I was reading Juten, I cried. I felt like, wow, this is amazing, heart touching story है. सबको पढ़ना है. I've told you 25 books must read. Your time starts now. All the GATE students, they are going to appear. They are going to appear in the exam soon. Your time starts now. You have internet. Use your mobile. Use your Google. Something like that. 25 books. 25 books. What I think, if I have to go for all the summaries, I'll take one day. एक दिन खत्म कर दो. Make sure you do it. Thank you.